inclusive numa parte de marketing, do Focus Group, foi o Val que fez, tá? Então, daqui para frente, Orlantildes, vai ser mais provável que ele que fale com você. O Gary, ele está vendo outras coisas aí, então o Val, daqui para frente, é a pessoa. Val, I was telling him that from now on, you will be the interface with him regarding whatever we need from Coopercabruca.
Yeah, and I think Fatima, Gary and I were discussing this yesterday, and if you wouldn't mind translating this as well, I think once we get done with the shipment of 100 kilograms, I'd like to go out to Brazil and meet Olentildes face to face. So I think that would be a good way. But let's first get this 100 kilos done, and then we'll talk about that next. Okay?
Yes. Orlantildes, Val was saying that uma vez que a gente tenha vendido os 100 quilos de nibs, ele pretende ir lá para Ilhéus para te conhecer, porque daí fica enfim, fica mais próximo, né? Porque o Gary já esteve lá, mas vendido esses 100 quilos, aí ele vem para o Brasil para a gente pensar nessa segunda compra.
Ok. Bom, foi um prazer falar com o Val. Val é um nome português, né?
Na verdade, o nome dele
Petit poco Spanish, but that's it.
Val, he's asking your name. It's Portuguese or not? I said no. What's the whole name?
Oh, my full name is Valeri.
O nome inteiro dele é Valeri.
Valeri.
Lápidos.
Okay.
But we say Val, it's short and mais curto.
Depois que ele vira a Bahia a primeira vez, e na sequência do negócio, daqui a pouco ele está falando não só português, mas baianês.
Orlantildes was saying that once you come to Bahia, you're going to learn Portuguese, and the next step is going to talk, because we are in the province called Bahia, and Orlantildes said you are going to be speaking Portuguese and Baianese, which is a kind of language that they speak in Bahia.
I'm looking for
of the slangs and everything and the accent. So they're saying, oh, if Val comes often, then he's going to speak Portuguese and also Baianese, which is their language.
Deixa eu te dar algumas informações mais novas, né, mais recentes. Eu entreguei a Mailan ontem as amêndoas, tá?
100 quilos.
Ela me prometeu 130 quilos, na realidade, né? Porque são 130 para dar 100. Porque há uma perda, né, em torno de 30% mais ou menos. Porque as amêndoas perdem água, né, na secagem, e também a questão das cascas, né?
Deixa eu já traduzir isso para ele. Orlantildes is saying that yesterday he sent to Milan 130 kg of cacao fruit, the almond. This 130 cacao fruit is going to be 100 nibs, because in the process it loses water, and also there is the skin. So to make 100 kg of nibs, they need 130 of the cacao, the seed, the almond. And he already sent it to Milan yesterday. Okay, now he's going to tell something else, and then I translate it. Então, ontem já foi para Milan os 130 quilos.
Ela me garantiu que na próxima semana ela já me dá os níveis prontos, ok?
Próxima semana você acha que o quê? Orlantildes, final de semana?
Olha, ela me disse até antes, acontece que talvez eu não esteja aqui, porque ela disse que talvez na próxima terça-feira já me dá pronto. Mas eu não deverei estar aqui.
Vamos falar para eles na sexta.
Isso.
Tá?
Isso.
Então, deixa eu já falar para ele. Daí ela te entrega pronto já lá na fábrica, lá na Coopercabruca.
Isso.
Tá, sexta-feira vai estar lá.
Lá na fábrica dela, né? Aí eu vou lá pegar.
Tá. Então, eu vou dizer que na sexta-feira você pega o nibs pronto.
Isso.
E aí, depois que ele chegar lá não sei como que a gente chama, lá na Coopercabruca, lá na cooperativa, daí o processo.
Aí é despachar para Salvador, provavelmente na segunda, no máximo terça-feira.
Tá.
Porque, mas traduz isso aí.
Então, e terça-feira vai ser dia 30, né, Orlantildes? Porque a gente está falando próxima sexta, dia 27, e depois dia 30. Ok. Guys, it's like this. So yesterday he sent it to Milan. Next Friday, on the 27th, he's gonna pick up the nibs, and he's imagining that on the 30th, this is gonna go to Salvador, which is the port. Is it gonna by airplane? It's gonna be by DHL? How it's done?
DHL.
DHL, eles estão falando que vai para o DHL de Salvador. É isso, Orlantildes?
Isso, porque eu falei com o Gary que a gente ia ver a possibilidade de não é DHL, não sei se é DHL, mas eu disse a Gary duas possibilidades. Uma diretamente da DHL aqui de Ilhéus, e a outra através da Ômega, em Salvador.
Então, mas daí, quando que a gente vai saber disso? Porque ele está achando que é DHL.
Não, isso eu já tenho aqui a informação. Vai ser pela Ômega.
Mas a Ômega, então, mas vai ser... Então, não vai ser DHL?
Não, veja bem. Quando a gente faz uma cotação com uma empresa dessa, a gente não sabe exatamente qual é a empresa que ela manda. Eu posso me informar, mas isso para mim não era irrelevante.
Então, mas daí vai ser por avião, por alguma empresa.
Por avião.
Ok. De Ilhéus ou de Salvador?
Não, de Salvador, porque eu vou mandar daqui de Itabuna para Salvador via terrestre, para o aeroporto de Salvador. E lá eles pegam lá a mercadoria e despacham.
Tá. Então, deixa eu traduzir isso. What he's saying is that on the 30th, the Nibs is going to leave Itabuna, which is the city that Coopercabruca is. It's going to leave Itabuna and goes to the capital of the province, which is Salvador, by truck. Go by land.
Okay.
And then it's going to go by airplane to the US, but Omega is going to be in charge. So he doesn't know if it's going to be DHL or another company. Omega will decide.
Fatima, give me 1 second. I want to talk about something with Gary, okay? Just one brief moment. I'm going to reschedule the kitchen. All right. Because I want to package this. I don't want to just do 5 kilos in the kitchen. That's a waste of our time. Let's wait for the full. Right. Okay, good. Is it possible that once it arrives with the person, they can give us a better idea of when they've sent it and how long it will take to get to the US? Because I'm sure that whoever the vendor is they're using will give them some sort of estimate timing. And then what
Val,
for
so what I should ask to him is that if it's really gonna leave their facilities on the 30th, or what you wanna know is like when it's gonna leave Salvador.
I want to know when it leaves Salvador, which vendor, and what is the vendor's
What is the vendor? What? Sorry.
What is the vendor's estimates with regards to transmittal? Okay. And there's one more question that I have for Tina. This is kind of a different subject, but very same vein because it has to do with the shipping. What would be really nice to have is most Americans have never seen a cacao nib or a cacao plant. And what I'm wondering is if Olin Tildes can put like 5 or 6 big things, and we'll obviously pay for them however much they cost. We want the unprocessed fruits within the packaging so we can show it to consumers.
I think this is not possible because of the costume. I'll tell you why. Because I spent a time in Australia. When I came from Australia with a didgeridoo, which is not alive and it's not like in nature, it stayed like for 30 days in the costume because they say maybe it comes with a bug, maybe it's something, and so everything which is not processed.
Okay. I understand. Okay, no problem.
I think maybe if you buy or someone that's already imported this, the fruit in the US, but to send, I doubt we can come into the country
Sure.
with.
Fatima, you're absolutely right. It was an idea that I had, and you're absolutely right. No need.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna ask when it's gonna leave Salvador and how long it's gonna take to get to San Francisco Airport, right?
Well, he already said that he doesn't know because that's up to the person who's receiving it. What I'm asking you to ask is to communicate to the person who's receiving it in El Salvador to let us know when they've sent it and when everything is ready.
Okay. Orlantildes, ele gostaria de saber o seguinte: quando essa carga chegar em Salvador, e ele gostaria de saber quando ela chega e quando ela vai sair de Salvador. Então, quando ela sair de Salvador, para a gente ser informado da data, do nome da empresa, se vai ser o DHL ou se vai ser outro, e uma estimativa de data para chegar no aeroporto de São Francisco.
Não, isso não é difícil, não. Eles já até estimaram que, a partir do despacho, aproximadamente 4 dias, aproximadamente. Mas essas informações eu consigo, não é problema nenhum. Me parece que eles, a carga sai de Salvador, Guarulhos, São Francisco. Parece que esse é o roteiro.
Tá. Aí, uma vez que você mandou para eles, aí pede para ele essas informações para a gente conseguir rastrear.
Tranquilo. Mesmo porque a carga também tem código de rastreamento, tranquilo.
Tá.
Tem problema.
Val, he's saying that regarding the day that the shipment is going to leave, it's fine, the name of the company and the estimate days, it's also they can send, and I think he's saying it's quite accurate. Once they already put in, send it, then they say we can trace back. So we all know. Okay, so probably, what I think, we have one week until the end of next week to get to the NIPS, probably around few days, or maybe in the worst scenario, 1 more week to be in Salvador. And that's it. And then it's going to be on the plane. So please, it's muted.
Oh, sorry. Fatima, I have a question, and I don't know if you need to ask this or not, so you decide. But we are paying for the nibs to arrive in San Francisco. If on the way to El Salvador, there's any issues with the nibs, whose responsibility is that? Where does the risk of loss become our risk of loss?
I'm gonna ask. O Lentil diz, o Val perguntou o seguinte: nesse trajeto, que provavelmente vai ser de caminhão, de Itabuna até Salvador, se acontecer alguma coisa com a carga, quem está fazendo o seguro, quem é o responsável caso aconteça alguma coisa com essa carga?
Não, a carga é segurada, isso pode ficar tranquilo.
E quem está segurando?
A própria transportadora aqui. Quando a gente paga o transporte, o frete, a gente paga incluindo o seguro.
Tá, então a Coopercabruca que está comprando esse frete, ou é a Ômega?
Não, será a cooperativa.
Tá, então
porque
eu vou esclarecer.
A Ômega poderia fazer isso, seria muito mais caro, e também a gente tem um relacionamento com a empresa de transporte aqui já de algum tempo. Ela que faz o transporte dos nossos produtos, então é muito tranquilo. É uma empresa,
e tem seguro, se for extraviado, ele está preocupado com isso.
Isso pode ficar tranquilo que não há problema nenhum. Há o seguro embutido no preço do frete.
Eu vou traduzir. Val, he's saying that Coopercabruca hired a logistic company with insurance, and Coopercabruca is in charge of this. The logistic and the insurance.
Is insured through to San Francisco.
It's Coopercabruca is insured until Salvador, and Omega is responsible, and probably the insurance is in. I'm gonna check, but it's included from Omega from Salvador to San Francisco. I'm gonna check, but I'm quite sure.
Okay.
Ele está perguntando se de Salvador até São Francisco é tudo responsabilidade da Ômega, inclusive o seguro.
Eu
Né?
entendi que você já tinha afirmado que é.
Mas só para todo mundo tá no mesmo passo.
Estamos na mesma sintonia.
Ótimo. Então é isso, para ficar tudo bem claro.
Isso aí a gente vai dar tudo certinho, não tem problema, não tem dúvida não. Bom, então essa parte aí tem mais alguma dúvida?
Não, eu acho que isso tá ok. O que eu falei para eles é assim: próxima sexta-feira a carga tá com você e provavelmente na outra sexta, então isso deve estar deixando Salvador.
Isso.
2 semanas.
Na realidade, assim, estando conosco sexta-feira, dia 30, né? 27, né?
27.
No dia 30, muito provavelmente no dia 30, a
Mas vamos
carga
dar uma
sai.
folga. Vamos dar uma folga. Dia 31.
Ok. Então, no dia 30, ela sai de Itabuna, chega em Salvador 2 dias depois, sei lá. Então, tudo bem, na outra sexta, ok.
Não é?
Ok.
Val,
Tá de bom
I'm just
tamanho.
making sure that next Friday the Cacao Nibs is with the Coopercabruca, and on the other Friday, then probably in Salvador, and he's saying yes, this is the scenario we are working with.
Awesome.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask about Cristiano, and if he said Cristiano is coming, but also then we talk about the procedure from now on with the suppliers.
Ô, Fátima,
That the document that Val sent it to me, I imagine that Gary sent to me, I imagine he also sent to you.
ô, Fátima, deixa
Pode falar.
eu tentar um contato com o Cristiano aqui.
Tá.
Pode ser?
Pode.
Eu vou sair aqui e volto em seguida, né?
Tá.
Tá bom?
He's gonna call Cristiano to know what is going on. But it seems to me, he seems to me very enthusiastic about the project. And Val, it was his idea about going to other suppliers, because what he said, I think you were there on that day, that Mylan doesn't have the mindset to grow. Mm-hmm. She has a small company, and what he was saying is that it's okay for her. And so he has others clients, and so he said, I cannot see in her mentality or in her that she wants to like double the factory, double the facilities. So he said it's better if we started to approach other suppliers. Cristiano is one of them. Gary already visited the facilities. Gary said he spent 4 hours there. How was your impression, Gary?
Seems pretty well organized. I couldn't see any of the actual like processing plant though.
Oh, so what did you see? What did you visit? It was only talk, like commercial talk. You didn't go into the
the processing place. I couldn't go. I only like managed to visit the lab testing place. There's like a few places over there.
So Val, in this document, it's like 10 pages of, I was asking Gary, if all the checkpoints are there, and if in this document we can see like we have like a checklist that Cristiano has to really follow up. And then what I was saying is that maybe in the coming future I can go and check and also show, by whatever, FaceTime, whatever, WhatsApp, whatever. Then Gary can see, and if we think it's necessary, then Gary can come after the 100 kg, after when we sell, and then on the next phase, maybe you're Gary or you, but it's gonna be needed to someone to certify the plant.
Yeah. There's no reason that I can't certify the plant. We don't have to depend on Gary for that. And yes, let's deal with that right after the 100 kilograms.
So I'm gonna tell him that we have a document, that we are gonna send him this document, so he shares with Cristiano, and then they can prepare themselves. And we keep in touch, telling them, oh, we already sold everything, or we are selling, and then we update them. So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
It's
tell.
going to be a matter of we sold everything. I think we have to look at how sales trickle in and how quickly we can increase sales. But I think it's going to take about 2 to 3 months for that process.
Ok.
Ô, Fátima.
Oi,
Ah,
pode falar.
o Cristiano vai entrar daqui a pouquinho, viu?
Tá entrando aí.
Oi, pessoal,
Pronto,
já entrei aqui. Mil perdões
Ah,
pelo atraso,
Pronto,
viu?
Cristiano.
oi, Cristiano. Cristiano, me fala uma coisa. Você prefere que eu fale em português? Eu posso falar em inglês? O que que você acha melhor? Que você se sente mais à vontade?
Você pode falar inglês, sim.
Eu acho que ele travou. Val, are you there? Because I cannot. I think
Yeah,
it's there.
We are here, and we lost audio from the Cristiano.
Yeah.
Ô, Fátima.
Cristiano, eu acho que deu uma travada aí.
Perfeito. Eu estava falando que se você preferir fazer a tradução, para mim tanto faz.
Então,
se quiser.
eu vou falar um pouco em inglês, daí eu traduzo para o Orlando, se você também teve alguma dúvida, tá? So, I'm gonna talk in English. Cristiano said it's okay, and then I translate to Orlantudes. So, Cristiano, this is Gary from True Tech Inc. and Val.
Yeah, I know Gary. Hi, Gary. How are you?
Great to see you
And-
again, Cristiano.
Great to see you again also.
In this moment, so what is in this moment? We already have a purchase order with 100 kg, and Orlantudes is working with Milan. In the future, what we realized is that maybe we'll need another supplier because we have the intention to grow. Okay, so what we asked this meeting with Orlantudes and you is that to propose to you to be our supplier, and that we already have a document, we have a checklist with the checkpoints that you should be aware and take care of, like checkpoints and process, in order that in the coming future we go and we do like an audit. And then in the future, then Gary, because Gary, he has the authority to certify with the FDA. So we are gonna check, and then Gary, from what we see, and maybe Gary comes, I'm not sure, but then Gary can issue a document saying that you are certified, and then we can import into the US. Okay, so what we think as the sales goes, and we imagine it's gonna take maybe 2 or 3 months, then you have this period to correct and to prepare your facilities in order that around this time, maybe we'll come up with an order, purchase order. Did you get it?
Yeah. But when you say to be a supplier, we are considering to the Cocoa Innovation Center to send samples or to send cocoa from Brazil, from Bahia.
To send the
Or just-
nibs, already the nibs.
Also, I read the nibs, but the nibs that we
Yes.
prepare by the Coopercabruca.
Yes.
Perfect.
And
So Coopercabruca is gonna send it to you, and then I talked with Orlantudes that we need to have like a tolerance of acidity, fermentation, because we already set a sample to be our benchmark. So we can have some tolerance, but it should be around that. And I don't know if Orlantudes already shared it with you, but Orlantudes has the sample because we conduct quite few research with focus group and whatever. So by now we know the kind of taste that the American people, what they like. So we already have this sample, but I was telling Orlantudes we needed to be more objective in this. Now, I'm not an expert in cacao or in cacao nibs. So what I think it's bitter, maybe you call it something else. So it's important for us to really make what is subjective in something which is objective and work with, you know, like a measure.
Yeah. I will say that there is some points that Cocoa Innovation Center could help you guys. For example, if you have a standard in terms of quality, the experiment that you do, for example, we have a standard in acidity, in bitterness. So we have a reference sample. If you give us this reference sample, we can send to Adriana, and Adriana create the mental standard. For each time that we have samples from Cooperativa Cabruca, we could do the analysis, the sensory analysis, and say, so these samples are in this standard, or below this standard, or above this standard.
Who is Adriana? Does
Adriana
she work with
is
you?
our manager. Yeah, work with me. Is my manager in quality. Is a quality manager. So they conduct the analysis in the sensorial laboratory.
What Orlando just told me is that Gary took with him some samples, but it was not that it would be necessary to have 1 kilo and 200 kg. It was not 200, 1 kilo 200, 1 kilo and
200 grams.
Yeah, 200 grams in order to really make a test and set a standard. And Gary didn't bring 1 kilo and 200 grams. So it was not possible to make this measure. But we still have the taste, or Orlantildes told me that he can tell you the taste, that the one that we liked.
Of course,
I'm gonna talk to Orlantildes a little bit. Orlantildes, o que eu tô falando com o Cristiano ele tá falando o seguinte, que tem essa gerente dele, a Adriana, que ela pode colocar como uma régua de referência naquela história da tolerância, da acidez, da fermentação. E aí eu falei para ele que você me explicou que precisava ter 1 quilo, 1,2 kg de amostra para realmente fazer um estudo, e que a gente não tinha isso, mas que você sabe o gosto da amostra que a gente mais gostou, porque a gente trouxe 6 amostras, a gente fez o teste cego com Orlantildes, e a amostra que mais agradou aos americanos, o Orlantildes, ele me disse que ele sabe o gosto que é. Então, eu estou confiando. Tá mudo, você tá mudo, Orlantildes.
Viu, Cristiano? Deixa eu explicar. Ele trouxe 6 amostras, com mais uma que era o que nós vamos produzir, o NIPS. Nós fizemos um teste ali com o Gary. Olha, pelo que eu não sou um degustador, né? Mas eu digo quase com segurança que aquela amostra que nós mais gostamos é de uma variedade crioula, entendeu, Cristiano? Eu achei muito diferente, um sabor muito suave, bem diferente das outras amostras, inclusive da nossa. A nossa, nós consideramos a segunda melhor dentre as 7. Mas a dificuldade que eu estava dizendo para Fátima como é que eu chego naquele sabor. É muito complicado, porque aquilo não depende de processamento, depende da própria amêndoa em si, das características, né, da amêndoa. Então, para chegar naquele valor é muito complicado. Ele pode tentar, com algumas amostras, chegar o mais perto possível. Se bem que eu acho que a amostra que nós experimentamos, que é a do Morbeck, ela chegou muito perto, entendeu? Agora, chegar naquele sabor, então, não é possível.
Vamos lá. Naquele, ok, eu entendo que não, mas a gente precisa, Cristiano, tornar isso objetivo. Porque que seja o blend que o Orlantildes fizer, um pouco do Morbeck, um pouco de outro. Vamos supor que naquele momento não foi o Morbeck, mas a gente precisa falar disso de uma forma um pouco mais objetiva, considerando uma tolerância, claro. Eu entendo isso, mas a gente, se não fica muito assim, Orlantildes prova isso. E daí vamos supor um dia que o Orlantildes não está muito bem, ele está amargo, e ele fala, isso aqui também está amargo, mas daí foi porque ele dormiu mal, entendeu? Então, a gente ter esse esforço de tornar algo que é subjetivo o mais objetivo que a gente conseguir.
Mas aí me permita, Fátima, o que eu tenho, né, a convicção é a seguinte: se nós chegamos, né, com aquela variedade de amêndoas que a gente forneceu, né, a gente pode manter um padrão daquelas amêndoas. Eu posso pegar a amêndoa de um só produtor.
Pode.
Okay?
Então, aí pode ficar com esse blend, com essa variedade de amêndoas, lembrando que talvez tenha que mexer um pouco aqui ou ali para chegar naqueles valores de acidez, amargor, não sei exatamente.
Não,
Até isso a gente tem que estabelecer.
Nossa questão é tranquilo, que Cristiano é o papa nisso aí, porque sabe que depende da temperatura.
Deixa eu só traduzir para o Val, tá? Daí você acrescenta já em inglês para o Val. Val, what we are talking, it's about the taste. So I'm asking Cristiano we should try to make something which is subjective and objective. So bitterness, the acidity, whatever, because now we don't have. It was necessary to have 1 kilo and 200 grams in order to make a test, and we didn't have it. So this 100 kg, which is going to the US, it's a lot based in Orlantildes taste memory. So Orlantildes is going to make a blend of the cacao almonds, because this is the main thing, the blend that you make, because during the process, fermentation and roasted, you don't change too much. If the raw material is not good, you cannot, Cristiano, please, you correct me. But if the raw material is not good, it's very difficult or maybe impossible to really get to the taste you want. So the main thing, it's about the blend of the cacao fruit that you have in the beginning. So we are saying that Orlantildes kind of have an idea, the blend, to get the closest as we can to the sample you sent. And then now I was asking Cristiano, whatever we can do and how we can translate subjective taste in objective. So this is what we are saying. And Cristiano said, oh, I have Adriana, which is the quality control manager, and that she can work in this. And he's saying that he has the facilities and the company that we can work in this. Cristiano, please,
Understood.
if you want to add.
Oh, I have one item to add to that. The sample that's in discussion, for me personally, the item that stuck out about it that a lot of other flavors lacked, or a lot of the other nibs that we tried did not have this, was the initial smoky and the toastiness of the nibs. And that was very, like, it hit you right away. There's a toastiness to it. And then the chocolate comes in the back, and that's what really hits it. Yeah. So I think that's a really important aspect of the flavor that we want to make sure is in the next batch.
Anyway, Val, I asked Orlantildes if he kept some of the sample, and he said that he didn't. Gary didn't live with him. Maybe they didn't have the idea to keep some sample. So this is why I'm telling you it's a lot based in Orlantildes taste memory.
Is this something that we could FedEx to Orlantildes, like,
or Cristiano? Yes.
Cristiano?
Because as I said, I was saying this is important to have that sample.
Out the back, there's another one, like 2 kg we brought back.
Cristiano, você tá acompanhando, né?
Let's do that. We're gonna find a way to ship it to you guys.
Yes, so please ship it to Orlantildes.
Okay.
And so, Orlantildes, manda o seu endereço, ou da Coopercabruca, o seu, pelo grupo do WhatsApp, porque eles vão mandar a amostra, que é aquela amostra que eles mais gostaram, para não ficar só baseado na sua memória. Tá? Manda aí no grupo, se você puder, tá? Você tá mudo.
1 kilo? What do you think? Is that
Depois eu passo o endereço, eu passo, não tem problema não.
E Cristiano, quanto você acha que 1 quilo, 1,2 kg tem um mínimo que você precisa?
Yeah, when you say 1 kilogram and 200 grams, we are talking about a lot of experiments that we do in the Cocoa Innovation Center, not just the flavor analysis. For example, for flavor analysis, it's just 100 grams is enough. 100 grams is enough.
How much do you need?
It's 100 grams, 100 grams.
It's enough?
Percent is enough. Just
no,
for
but
center,
for everything, yes, for everything.
for everything, 1.5 kilograms. Yeah.
Okay.
Ô, Cristiano,
Val, did you get it? 1 kilo
We don't have 1.5.
Yeah. And
How much do you have?
Maybe 1 or
He shows
0.75.
for the sponsorship event. Like 100 grams. Well,
just a second, Val. When I talk about 1.5 kilograms, we are talking about a lot of experiments that we realize in the Cocoa Innovation Center. And the more important of this experiment is the cut test. In our legislation, we need to do 300 cut tests, 300 beans. So I assay for pH, density. So if you're talking just about flavor, 100 gram is enough. So flavor was the most important aspect of the quality analysis. So if you have just a little samples, we can do the analysis. We can create our reference, because we need to, as a Cocoa Innovation Center, we need to understand what is expected for the Cocoa Innovation Center, because we are a laboratory that certify quality, for example. So if you send for us a reference sample, I will give to Adriana. Adriana will create the reference in the lab, and each time that we receive a sample, we check. So these samples are close to this reference. Okay, so you can send the samples to United States. If it's not close, it's more acidity, more astringency. We talk to Orlantildis, we don't have the match, so the samples are not in the reference. So we recommend you to not send these samples to United States. So we need to understand what is expected for us, because if you just put for Orlantildis this job, so Orlantildis, we need to check, to evaluate the samples, make the match and say, okay, I will send the samples just to the Cocoa Innovation Center to transform in nibs, and after that send to United States.
So let me stop here, because we have two things. So first of all, Val, do you have 100 grams or a little bit more? Okay, so let's send you this. This is fine. So now I'm gonna ask Orlantildis about this other interface, which is about, you guys are only do the transformation to nibs, or you also are going to do the analysis test and tell him that this is not appropriate. Okay, so now I'm going to talk with Orlantildis. O Cristiano está colocando, o Cristiano está colocando aqui o seguinte: o papel que o Centro de Inovação de Cacau vai ter. Uma questão é você mandar qualquer, né? Você manda a amostra e ele faz o nibs. É uma coisa. A outra coisa que ele está falando é o seguinte: ele também pode fazer o papel de avaliador e de chegar para você e falar assim, ó, essa amostra que você mandou aqui, Orlantildis, eu fiz os testes e não bate com o que eles querem. É um outro serviço que eles vão fazer. E daí ele pode chegar para você e falar, ó, esse aqui ficou muito longe, vai ter que mexer no blend, mexer, sei lá, no que você vai mexer lá nas amêndoas, e daí ele vai... Cristiano, me corrija, mas é quase emitir um laudo, assim. Então, tem esses dois passos aí que o Centro de Inovação de Cacau vai fazer.
Fátima, deixa eu colocar aqui para Cristiano também. Nós temos algumas limitações, Cristiano, basicamente duas. Uma é que primeiro, por enquanto, o Guelro só quer orgânico IBD. Pronto. Essa é a primeira barreira, né, digamos assim. A segunda é que... Qual é a segunda, meu Deus? Se quer só IBD, a gente tem muito poucas opções. Então, esse é um problema, né? Amanhã eu vou ter contato com um produtor que vai estar entrando para a cooperativa, que por acaso também é orgânico IBD. Então, qual é a minha ideia? Junto com esses 100 quilos, nós já temos, né? Eu vou tentar mandar uma amostra ou eu mando a amostra, ou eu já passo diretamente para Cristiano. Provavelmente Cristiano até já conheça. É Dilton de Ituberá, não sei se você conhece, Cristiano. Ele deve fazer a análise do SIC. Porque se já for conhecido, fica mais fácil. Se não, eu mando uma amostra junto com os 100 kg de nibs, eu mando uma amostra para o Gary, né? De repente ele faz esse teste
Mas,
também.
Então, mas
deixa eu
agora,
só-
Orlantildes, deixa eu só colocar uma coisinha, Cristiano. Agora já não dá mais para ficar fazendo esse teste. Porque assim.
Não. Os 100 kg está definido, Fátima. É
É,
uma opção a mais.
Mas só para deixar claro, are you talking in Portuguese, Val, and after that, Fatima will translate. Só para to be Orlantilde to understand my point. Orlantilde, eu estou falando o seguinte, que assim, para a gente, enquanto SIC, o que está em jogo também é a nossa reputação. Então, uma coisa é você esperar da gente do SIC, olha, Cristiano, eu estou te mandando um cacau para você avaliar. E dizer
Sim.
que esse cacau está no padrão que o Gary está querendo comprar. Isso é o que a gente faz como prestação de serviço, né? A gente tem uma referência que o Val ou o Gary vão nos fornecer a referência e a gente vai ficar checando se o cacau que você manda está sempre nessa referência. Isso
A
faz parte do que
referência
a
seria
gente...
uma amostra? Uma amostra?
Uma amostra. E eu estou falando assim, pode ser só o sensorial, esquece o teste de corte naquele momento, já que é uma coisa que você sabe fazer, você já
Tá.
sabe,
Ok.
entendeu? Então, vamos tentar focando no sensorial, que é bater o padrão
Perfeito.
sensorial que eles querem. Porque, como o Val falou, ele não quer uma amostra que seja lática, as notas de over roasting, né, sobre torrado, que impacta no chocolate, que ele não quer ter essa expectativa. Então, para a gente, colocar o nome do SIC, a estampa do SIC em um projeto, a gente tem que entender exatamente o papel, porque eu tenho tanto a questão da prestação de serviço no processamento, que aí nosso papel é, olha, eu estou recebendo a amostra de Orlantildes, não sei o que está vindo ali, tem que estar dentro dos critérios de qualidade do SIC aqui para processar na planta, eu vou processar, transformar em nibs e você vai mandar para fora. Esse é o papel. Aí o Gary não pode dizer, eu recebi uma amostra aqui que não está no meu padrão, o SIC não me forneceu no padrão. Entendeu?
Mas daí não. Então, tem essa segunda coisa, que é a gente tá no padrão. A gente precisa dessas duas coisas, Cristiano.
Perfeito.
Não, o padrão,
E agora, por exemplo,
é básico, né?
para produzir o nibs, tranquilo, é só... O que a gente precisa, Fátima e Orlantildes? O cacau, para entrar na nossa planta, ele precisa ter menos de 3% de defeito, independente se ele é orgânico ou não, e uma certa qualidade, né? Não pode ter mofo, não pode ter certos contaminantes. Bateu esse critério, ele entra para o processamento, vai ser torrado e processado na planta. O Gary, aí o Val falou de questões de over roasting, ou toasting, né? Essa nota de tostado. Tem que entender qual a torra que ele quer, porque a gente faz duas torras aqui. A gente faz uma torra um low roast e faz uma torra um high roast, entendeu? Tem que entender o que é que ele quer.
Cristiano, assim, eu acho muito difícil a gente conseguir te falar. Eu acho que a partir do sabor, você vai saber melhor. Tá? Vou traduzir para o Val. Val, we are discussing here the role of CIC because they are a center and they have like a stamp of quality. Okay, so what Cristiano is saying that we are gonna pay for two jobs. One is about making the nibs, and the other is about evaluating the cacao, the blend. If the blend is gonna give the kind of taste we want. So it's to service, okay? And I'm making sure that it's this two. We need this two. Otherwise, the cacao will come and we'll get to the US with a different taste. So we should be sure about the tolerance, and also that we are going to get a product with this tolerance. So 2 steps.
Okay. Fatima, I want to introduce something into the conversation, and I'll let you decide when to do that. But when I visit after this 100 kilograms are done and sold, I plan to bring with me the packaging for our nibs. So our idea is that we will drop off the packaging, and that we are hoping that either the center or the
cooperative
can do the packaging for us there on site, and then send that as the shipment to the US, so that we do not need to procure a facility here.
I'm going to translate it to Cristiano. Cristiano, what happened? I'm going to say in English and then I translate it to Orlantudis. Cristiano, what happened is that we would like to have everything done already in the package. Do you know, like a Dengo, chocolate Dengo? They have like the nibs. I don't know if I can find it easily, but just a moment. Maybe yes.
Yeah, this one. Gary showing us.
Yes, exactly. But let me try to. I think I gave my sample to Gary with the Dengo.
Yeah, we can do that. If you
know,
send
like
the
a
samples.
Small. Yeah, but what happened? We tried to get a supplier with the package in Brazil, but we couldn't. The one that Orlantudis told us, he was not really collaborative. He was not supportive. So at this, for 100 kilos that we already bought, that Milan is gonna send, we are gonna transfer from I think it's gonna be like 10 kilo to the small package ourselves. We hired a industrial kitchen in the US, and we are gonna do this. But in the future, we would like to get the whole thing ready. But I don't know, I even talked to Orlantudis that not the supply chain, but the value chain of the cacao, at least in Itabuna, we couldn't really make it easy, because Coopercabruca is being very supportive, but the package, that was not so smooth. So we can try with you, and if you have someone else that we can, because to import the package from the US into Brazil, it doesn't work. Val can bring some, but if we imagine to grow, it's not going to work because we have a very high taxes about import. So we have to develop some suppliers here, the package suppliers here, because Val, it can be cheap in the US, but you are not to bring the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, and Cristiano is going to tell you, to import package, this is
does not make sense for me. Yeah, but just one question, Val. Do you guys already have the package development? So do you have the format, you have the design of the package or not?
We had once.
The package already printed, and we have how many units?
We tried.
We have 1,000 units of printed packages already.
Okay, just because you are expecting to receive these 100 kilograms, and you'll be packaged in the United States, and after that. So, but in the future, the Cocoa Innovation could help you guys in that. So if you have the package here in Brazil, you can send the samples in
but this is the point, because then, Val, it's not up to them. Or can you recommend a package company for us? Because we don't know any package company. And for instance,
I don't
to buy
understand.
in São Paulo.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Val, only to tell you, if I have a supplier here in São Paulo is, I don't know how many kilometers from Ilhéus. It's what we are going to pay for the truck to take this to there. It's increased so much. So we have to find some company in the region. And that was the difficulty we had. Because in Itabuna, we couldn't. Orlantudis said there is no more suppliers here. And the guy was not supportive.
Fatima,
do you know someone, Cristiano?
I have a question before you answer that. I apologize for interrupting. But I have a supplier that I prefer that I have already. Is it not appropriate for me to purchase it from them, get them printed in China, and have it delivered to Cristiano? That won't work?
Yeah, Val, what I think it's not going to work is that, but we have to check what is the import tax that the Brazilian government is going to tax you, because maybe this is going to make all the process not viable.
Okay, who can check that for us before we go down the path of finding a local vendor?
Yeah, just for example, Val, at this moment, the new government in Brazil are taxing the importation from China and other countries 100%. So it's a lot of tax.
Okay.
So it's a lot of money. It depends of the amount of money that we are talking about, but the tax could be an impediment to that. Another option is Orlantudis to talk to Natucoa and other companies that we have in Bahia, they are made the same package that we are using. Is the carbon is a kind of
So
exactly.
There is this aluminum kind of yes, it's
There is
it's
aluminum.
rough.
Yeah, there's
And
aluminum
inside
rough.
the aluminum.
I have a question. So we did a lot of research on packaging. So I'm very particular about the packaging that we will use. It needs to have a sealable top, a tear. There's a tear here. Sorry, my finger. I have a 4-year-old.
I know, and the Ziploc. Yeah, I know.
The Ziploc, and then inside is aluminum.
So this is the package that Dango are using, correct?
Yeah. Gary,
so
let me only ask, Gary, do you have the Dango package with you? Gary?
Not easily.
Yeah, this one is Dango.
Dango.
This one is Dango. They are sure.
Let me only be sure.
Okay, Cristiano, you said you have someone.
No, I will talk that we have a good relationship with Dango. So Dango is our partner. So I can ask Dango how to buy the same package that you like, this kind of package.
Yeah,
so it's easy for us.
Yes, or get the name of the supplier, Cristiano. Then I can get in contact with them and see.
Of course.
For your information, it's our cost for these packaging is 6,000 units for $1,400.
Yeah.
6,000 units
for
$1,400.
$1,400.
For 40.
1400.
Ô, Fátima?
Yes, fala.
Oi. Eu vou precisar sair.
Ok.
Viu? Tem aquela segunda parte sobre a certificação aí do SIC, mas aí já me prescinde de mim tranquilamente. Né?
Tá.
E essa
Então, a gente está falando...
O que a mim, você me passa.
Tá. Só para te falar, agora a gente está falando da dificuldade que a gente teve com a pessoa da embalagem, que a gente não conseguiu aí em Itabuna achar alguém que fizesse essa cadeia aí para a gente. Por isso que a gente está montando os pacotes pequenos lá nos Estados Unidos. Então, a gente estava falando um pouco disso, e eu perguntei para o Cristiano se ele conhece outras pessoas, porque quem você conhecia, o cara não foi colaborativo, né? Ele não fez nenhuma questão de nos ajudar. Então, mas ok. Aí, então, Orlandil diz, antes de você sair, passa o seu endereço, por favor, no grupo, porque daí eles vão já mandar a amostra. Eles já mandam hoje para você.
E
quando chegar para você, daí você encaminha para o Cristiano, por favor.
Pronto, eu vou colocar aqui no grupo. Vou colocar o meu endereço pessoal, que é mais fácil. Inclusive, Fátima, aquela questão lá do endereço oficial da cooperativa, já houve a assembleia anteontem, está mais uma semana, está tudo ok, viu?
Ótimo. Eu falo para eles. Ok, Orlandil, desliberado, então.
Pronto. Um abraço.
Vai lá, eu continuo aqui.
Um abraço, Cristiano.
Abraço, Orlandil. Just a question, Fatima, to Gary and Val. So, Val, you are talking about a package that the cost is 0.23 cents of dollar, exactly. And for us in reais, it's maybe 1.04 reais per package. So maybe you can find a more cheap, reasonable package in Brazil below this cost of 23 cents of dollar. So I will talk to Dango. So that I think if you have, if you'd like, okay, go ahead.
I apologize. I want to make sure that we're clear on this. The packaging cost that I'm giving you, that's including the printing of our logo, everything on the back and on the front of the pack.
Okay.
So one thing, Val, you are going to send, please, I'm going to ask you, send, if you can, 200 grams to Orlandil. He's going to send you the address, and send at least 2 packages or 3 for Orlandil. So one will give it to Cristiano, and one will come to me, or you can send one to me, straight to me. So we know when I go to talk to the suppliers and also Cristiano, then we have the package in hands, you know, and
yeah. Okay. You know, Fatima, because if you have the option, for example, to have the Cocoa Innovation Center to deliver the nibs to the United States or to you or to Holland Tildes, if you develop a supplier here, that will be possible to print and deliver for us the package. I will just transfer to you the cost of the package and the cost of the services that you're doing in the Cocoa Innovation Center.
Excellent.
So, just so
that's what we were aimed to. The problem was that in Itabuna we couldn't find a good supplier.
In Itabuna you don't have suppliers for Ziploc or suppliers. Maybe in Salvador and also from São Paulo. I think the option to talk to Dango and ask Dango if they could share with us the suppliers that they develop for this package, so could be a good option.
One more thing I want to mention. I'm sorry to interrupt. One more thing I want to mention. Notice that right now the packaging is cut off here because the current packaging iteration is stickers. The price that I was talking about is that this will not be a sticker. This will be printed on top of this. And this will be printed here. So I'll send you the packaging, but this is not the end result of what we're talking about. The price that was quoted to me, 1,400 for 6,000 units, is to have it fully printed with all of this. Yep.
Okay, so let me add in this, because Dango, it's not printed.
No.
Dango is a sticker.
Yeah.
So if Dango, which is a very strong brand here, and they know a lot in the region, if they couldn't make it printed, I doubt because we are still small, that we can make it. Because Dango, they have a structure. They are a strong company. So they probably tried many things. If they couldn't, Cristiano, you can say something, but they are very structured.
Yeah, I think it's possible, Fatima, to get this kind of package and printed package in Brazil. But the problem will be the cost. The cost will be increased if you decide to do that. The option that Dango made is a blank package that you can stick a different kind of information in that.
Gary, I have the impression I gave it to you, the sample, so you could show Val.
I think it's like somewhere in my bag. I have to like go dig for it somewhere. Like
so please, this is important. And also I made a video showing the package. So this, you should be aligned with Val. So please give it to him. And again, if Dango, I imagine Dango tried a few things before us, we can check, and then we have the price. So that was a good idea, Cristiano. Let's go for this as well. Let's work in this front.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
Okay.
And another point. Okay.
Can I ask a naive question? And I'm sorry for asking a very naive question. Is there any harm in me ordering the packaging directly to myself and then taking an airplane down to Brazil and delivering the packaging myself?
It's the price. How much it's gonna cost?
Yeah.
And again, and also maybe in the immigration, maybe, I don't know, maybe there is a risk that the guy say, what is this? And are you paying tax for this? I don't know, I don't know with whom we can talk, because the amount of things, what I know about the Brazilian government, Cristiano, please correct me. If you bring whatever you want, but it's a certain amount that is your consumption, it's okay. If they see it's not for consumption, but you're gonna sell, they are gonna give you a hard time.
Okay, I was just checking. I've never dealt with with the Brazilian government, so I'm just not sure.
Only for you to know, like a friend of mine, Cristiano, listen to this. He went to Paraguay, which is a country close here, and bought some wire to his house because he's making a construction. I don't know who told him that you could go there and get for a better price. Okay, he bought a lot of wire, like electricity and for your house, your apartment. Okay, he bought in a very good price, but when he got here in the immigration, the guy said, no. and charge a lot of him, you know, because it was not like 200 or 500 meters of wire. He bought, I don't know, the whole luggage full of, you know, wire. And they said, no, you can make a business out of this.
Not easy, but it's also not impossible to do. Wow. So
Okay.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
Whatever you
It's a
guys
risk.
decide, let's take a look and see what we can find with vendors in Brazil.
Yeah, it's everything about the cost. Just
Yep.
I will check with some suppliers in Brazil, specifically with Dango. It's because the kind of package that you show me is not a problem. The problem is it's possible to print it, it's possible to deliver it printed. And how about the cost in Brazil? If you go to São Paulo or Salvador, what the suppliers that we have? So I will ask in Wesley. Wesley has worked for me in the factory to check this information and to see and to make a budget about the if you decide to buy some kind of
Yeah.
package.
So,
So what would be
Cristiano,
helpful in this, what would be helpful in this endeavor, Cristiano, is if you could present to us two options. One with label, or one with sticker, one with printed. And within the pricing, what we'd like to know is cost per unit with everything included, including the printing, including the actual packaging.
Okay, I got it.
We'll actually put it into the package. How much are we going to pay per unit?
and the amount of grams that you want, because this package is bigger than Dango.
What's the it's 8.
You talk about 100 grams or talk about
8 ounces.
Yeah.
8 ounces. How many grams?
250 grams.
250 grams.
200?
50.
grams.
250.
Or something close to that, you know, maybe we can change a little bit. Cristiano, I'm putting here my email address. Val, can you write your email address, and also Gary? So Cristiano, when he gets this information, he will share with us.
And I will also put my email here. I think Fatima is already have my email, but I will share.
Like that. Then all the DAO members can make note.
Gary, I would say it's not all members should know about this. It's too much information in the channel, you know. It's about us. Let's have a small group regarding this. So please, Gary, can you write down your personal email? I think it's better. So Cristiano, please don't use this admin to cite me, because it goes to too many people and then we are overloaded with messages. So this is a small group and we try to progress in this front. Okay. So, Cristiano, can we, so let's end it up with this. So what we need from you for our second purchase, it's about transform the cacao and cacao nibs, and also certified the blend. So we are buying a taste and a tolerance with this taste. So it's 2 service. And then we are asking you this favor, which is actually a favor, about the packaging companies. So if we can get in contact with some, so we can then get to the price and the information. And for us, it would be great if we get the whole thing ready from you guys. Okay? And we are gonna send you, Gary is gonna send you this document where there are the checkpoints and the checklist for us in order to have the certification and be certified with FDA. Are you guys already exporting to the US?
Yeah, I think we made an exportation from one specific person to the United States.
Of cacao nibs.
Of cacao. Of chocolates, not cacao. And also from Europe, but also chocolate, not
Cacao,
cacao,
yeah, not
not
chocolate.
nibs.
Because with the nibs, then there are other things in the process that we have to check.
I believe, Gary, you can check, but for cocoa and the nibs, I think it's the same certification because the a nomenclatura comum do Mercosul, the NCM number is the same.
Do you already have a DUNS number?
I think no. Yeah, I will check with Wesley because Wesley is responsible for the process of sell and buy things for cocoa and chocolate. So I will check. Say again, the US.
Gary, write this, please. Write on the chat.
Because if you say you are already exporting to USA, then your company needs to already have a DUNS number.
What is the meaning of DU? Do you know?
Don't remember.
Ok, but Cristiano, é como se fosse um CNPJ. É um número assim que, se eu não me engano, tem 9 ou 11 dígitos.
You get the number from dmb.com.
O Orlantildes fez isso porque precisava e é exatamente né, o equivalente a um CNPJ, 9 ou 11 números.
Yeah, I will check with Wesley. It's possible. Okay. I believe that we have because we in the past we do some exportations from USA. For example, to guitar, we send some samples to guitar, to Etsy wine. So maybe it's possible, but I need to check.
Yes.
Okay. So, Gary, do you think you can send the document to Cristiano straight away?
Yeah.
And Cristiano, please check if you have any doubts, then you can send me a message. I talk to you, and then maybe in 1 month time, or then I talk to them, then we can come together and then we align whatever, you know, the questions you have. And so what we would like, we are testing the market with 100 kg. It's going well, then our aim, our goal is to scale. So we need a partner who is up to scale.
The document is for the entire end-to-end process, you know, from harvesting all the way until the step roasting before it gets shipped. But in this case of the Cacao Innovation Center, you should only focus on the final 2 stages, which is the roasting and the cracking, because that's like all you're in charge of. All activities and the rest are in charge of the other stages. So I'll send you the document and then you can like reference it.
And Gary, is still in the message, please write this, that they should focus on this too.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
I got it.
So great, Cristiano, thanks a lot for your time and to share your time with us, and we keep in touch. And also, I'm gonna put here my cell phone, Cristiano, so also you can send me a WhatsApp message.
Yeah, I put my one also.
You want to type it?
So this is my WhatsApp also.
The international.
It's in Brazil is +5573. The correct one.
Yeah.
Cristiano, there's mine as well.
Actually, you can add us all into like a WhatsApp group, then we can like better.
Yes, can you please, Gary, make a group?
I don't have like Cristiano's number. Maybe like Cristiano.
He's gonna write.
I share right now. I share. Yeah, if Gary could put everyone in the same group, will be helpful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, where's your number? You already in?
Yeah, +55 is +55 73991966657.
Can you type it in the chat?
So I type
Dá
it.
enter aí.
No, I'm sorry. I type for. I need to put for everyone. So right now.
Perfect.
and also my email.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so Christiana, thanks a lot.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good end of the day,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we
Thank
keep
you.
in touch.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Gary. Bye-bye. Ciao,
Okay.
ciao.
See you soon. Ah, he already left.